Well, hello and welcome, and I see my my levels bouncing here, so I am being broadcasted this time. I don't have my script with me. That's underneath the race graphics right now, so we'll have to dig that out at some point. But welcome to the Elite Racing Network's broadcast presentation of the Warriors for Peace Indycar Series, as we are here at Oliver and Company's Grand Prix of Monterey at Laguna Seca, and Group 1 qualifying is currently underway. LGN is here with me in the booth. This is Gary Godsoe. No Derik Vance this week. He is on assignment. So it's just myself and LGN. LGN, this is I believe this is your first time in a while here at Laguna Seca. Talk about this racetrack a little bit. I was telling you earlier in the pre-race, I've already done 95 laps here earlier in the season when I did IIS here. So I know we're in for a long day, but let's talk about what you know about Laguna Seca.
Hello, people. Yes, Laguna Seca in Monterey. So yeah, 95 laps. I calculate. They said 212.61 miles, so 342 kilometers. So yeah, it's a really hard race. So it's a short. I'm gonna say short track.
Yeah,
but it's
easy, 2.2 miles.
Easy. Yeah, so it's easy to make a mistake, especially in a short track, because when, for example, you're talking about Road America or Indianapolis or what else? Maybe Silverstone also too. It's a long track. At least you have something to make a break in your mind or something. But here in Laguna Seca, which part you have a break? Maybe between turn 11 and turn 2. But after that, you have all of these corners, included the court group, the court group. That's the word.
Court group, yes.
Yeah. So when you have to think about it, when are you gonna have to brake and everything. So it's really demanding race today. 95 laps is at least 1 hour and 45 or 50 minutes. It depends how fast it is the first the leader lap. But yeah, so it's really demanding. I really race out here with the IndyCars, but at least it's 25 laps or 30 laps, but never 95 laps. So I really feel like these guys, they have an endurance race today.
A little endurance race today.
Yeah.
Gavin Hibbs, watching him at the top or the midway portion of the corkscrew sideways. He is back underway. Ryan Schuld completing a lap here in qualifying. Clean that off the screen. I don't know why the tree has everyone's name as overlapping on one another. Group 2 going out here. I tell you what, if we're going to have that problem with the overlay, I'm going to switch overlays mid-race, but we'll go ahead and bring up the points for today, so we give everyone a good idea at what we're looking at points-wise in today's race. There you go. Caleb Bency is your points leader. Tyler Fody, Jordan Owens, Ethan Stanley, Hunter Smith, Panero, we will talk about him. He is the defending champion here. Back in 2021, the series ran here last. Frankenfeld 8th, Hayes 9th, and Indycar Scarlett in 10th. Speaking of Hayes and Indycar Scarlett, the rookie points. And Hayes and Scarlett are top 1 and 2 in the points, followed by Logan Spath, Leighton Norgard, and William White. Jim Harrikins in 6th, Terrell 7th, Matthew Weeks 8th, David Tooker 9th, and Joshua Osborne in 10th.
Kind of disputed over there, so it's like very short. So for all the rookies, in every single championship, the rookies always is one faster for everyone because it's a rookie. So, but here we see I told you it's faster. So we have a Hayes very close on the Scarlet, and Spat is close to them. So it's like only one race good. It can be on the lead on the rookie standings. So very competitive the standings here, and we're talking about Piñeiro. So Piñeiro won the race. So pole position, fastest, I think so, pole position, most lead lap, and also win the race. So he won all the bonus points in that time. So he did 95 laps as a leader. So Henry Bennett was the second on there. Eric Troiano was a third. And only 4 cars on leader lap. The last one was Del Porto. I think so. It's not today. No, it's not today. The Porto is not today, so it was the last one in 4th position. So only 4 cars in lead lap that day when Adriano Piñeiro won the race. So can I talk about something?
You can do
else?
anything you want.
Yeah, in between your do your your changes and things. So so Laguna Seca, you know who's the first winner? I already saw the history about the track. So Stirling Moss was the first basically winner in 1960 with the Lotus 19 Climax. Even the Formula 1, so it's not Formula 1 actually, but it was kind of leaked around this track. So before, from 1957 to 1987, was a kind of oval.
Yes, it was.
So,
you're right.
Yeah, so basically everything is same, included turn 10 to 11 is the same from that time, but at that time turn 11 and 10, 11 was 8 and 9. So it's just only 9 turns in that time. So the track record on that time was Alan Sir Jr. 1.9 miles around. After that, they changed it. What's kind of same is a couple miles they added on the track. So from 1988 to 95, so Paul Tracy was the track record with 1.12, 9:59 at that time, and 94 with the car championship. So the currently fastest lap from the present, so the present circuit is Alex Palou with 1:08.
A race lap, yeah.
Yes, 1:08 4:16. So that's the fastest lap so far, but that's not official. In unofficial, the fastest is Margenet, but it's not official, so it's like not really the real ones. With the Ferrari F203 2003, in 2012 is 1 minute 05.786. But basic was a practice, so he just take the car and walking around. So sorry, race around, and this is the fastest lap for so far. But it's not official actually. Actually, you can see Christian Lundgaard also did the fastest lap too.
Yeah, I think
Lorenzo,
Rosenquist actually has a track record after they repaved the place from last year. That was a 107. But yeah, it's weird how we the ultimate lap on ovals is always done in qualifying, but the ultimate lap for road courses is always done in the race. I prefer to keep everything the same, so when I give the track record, I always give the track record as what is ever done in qualifying. But sometimes that stat is tough to find for whatever reason. But Rosenquist, yeah, did set it back in 2023, just after they repaved the place. So we are currently back on the broadcast here. About 47 seconds left here in qualifying as the second group is going. And I tell you what, if I can't get this overlay to work out here, we're going to see if it refreshes itself going into the race here. And if it doesn't, I'm going to switch back to the overlays that I tend to use for P1. So I will apologize about the P1 branding in advance if we get there. I don't have anything. I don't have my overlay. Well, I do. I do have another overlay ERN branded, but it isn't. I don't really use that overlay anymore now. Watching right now, Ethan Stanley, who is provisionally second. Pinero provisionally third. Logan Spath fourth. Fody fifth. Hunter Smith just retiring at 6 here with the time expiring. See what my
So it's very crucial, the first turn to Vance for so far now. So he's the leader now. So if he take the first turn, turn 2, good, could be good to go. But if he's make a mistake on brakes, or maybe slightly make the sun attack, or maybe Pinheiro do something, yeah, it could be hard to maintain the first place over there.
Okay, we're going to see if we can get this to work here. Yeah.
By the way, it's Clendy on chat. So hi, Clendy.
As we are getting ready to grid up and go racing, let's try to get today's starting lineup in here real quickly. Come on, starting lineup.
The hamster is working.
Still waiting for the starting lineup to load up here.
Oh, because he's still in qualifying, so maybe.
Oh, we know. I thought the qualifying ran out. Oh, there
No.
we go. Oh, there it is.
No.
All right, we kind of know what we're doing here. There we see row 1, Bency and Stanley. Row 2, Pinero and Spath. Fody, Smith, Sora, Tooker. Great run for Tooker there in 8th. Scarlett, good run for her in 9th. Hibbs in 10th. Vandermarl, good run for him in 11th. Schold in 12th. And nope, that's not doing it.
You know what I pass?
And let's try it again here. There we go. Rexine and Forsyth, Frankenfeld and Owens, Herrick and Caleb Petshimmer. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Caleb, I believe this is his first start. Welcome to the league. He's in 18th. Ryan Huckleberry, Dad helping me in chat right now, trying to troubleshoot this stuff, 19th. Mark Rebellis, sponsor of the Indy 500, coming up in 20th. Leighton Norgard, Mitchell Haver, Casey Hatch, Joshua Osborne, and William White is going to be showing up 25th as we are going to, looks like, get a full pace lap here, and that's going to impact fuel mileage.
A
little bit.
Be.
A little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. If they just change the map to the end, yes, could be just only maybe half a lap, maybe. I don't know how much in gallons, so I said this half of that. So basically, so the procedure is the pace car is gonna be in, and it's gonna be single file until turn 7, 8, and then after that it's gonna be double file to start the race.
Now Caleb is a former winner here in the Formula Indy Series. That was a standing start series, still is a standing start series. They had a whale of a first, well, let's call it just first straightaway wreck because they didn't even make it to the first turn. And I think half the field got taken out on that start there. just by nature. I think one car just never really got going.
Oh, okay. So I forget to tell you. So with the new hub day with the racing, we're gonna see the push to pass. So it's gonna be 200 seconds.
That's
I think
right.
so.
Yes, 200 seconds.
Before it's like a 10 push. Now it's 200 seconds. So that's what he's talking about. The people in the radio now with each other.
And we'll see the first four are on the alternate compound. First on the prime is Tyler Fode in 5th. And then Gavin Hibbs back in 10th is also on the prime. So 2 in the top 10 on the prime. Only 4 cars on the prime in the entire lineup. Caleb Petchemer, he is also on the prime. And Mitchell Haver. So 2 new starters also on the prime as we are coming down to the start.
They have to make one other tire. So yeah.
And a good jump by Caleb Benzie. They coming down the 1. They get Scarlett on the inside. They cleanly through 1.
So yeah, it's mandatory to use both tires at least one lap. So that's what I try to set.
All right, looks like the overlay is working now for the race. So we'll go ahead and continue using it.
Perfect. Also, we don't want to see Zanardi's move on turns and turn 8. So, yeah, it's gonna be different things. It's no.
Well, that would be a slowdown penalty now, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Rexine's getting stuck on the outside there in the final corner.
But it's easy to take it off, so not really big deal.
As corner 11, this is 11 turn 2.238 permanent road course. And you're right, it used to be a bit of an oval right here, as a matter of fact, before this, where it's turning into, what I kind of call it the infield here. Turn 1, or turn 2 really, because turn 1 is that kink down the front stretch. Turn 2, which is now the Andretti hairpin, used to actually, it wasn't a hairpin, it was actually just a turn, and it sent you on a road that took you to basically turn 5, which is right there as they're coming up the hill, and that's where it connected.
So I remember when I watched Indycar long time ago, and one of the aboard TV, one of the guys said, "Oh, Laguna Seca was a oval before." So until like a year or a couple months ago, I saw the video. So you can check the video on YouTube and see some on boards on the oval.
And Bobby Rahal dominated the place back in those days. I think he won 3 straight here. And of course now there is a portion of the track they named after him, the Rahal Straight from corner 6 up to the corkscrew. I would imagine Indycar would be smart, or Laguna Seca would be smart to at some point name the corkscrew after Zanardi. I think they have to.
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No, it sounds like that name is from long time ago. So I prefer to remember Zanardi how he did with Brian Herta than change the something we know from long time ago. Because okay, we can change the name, but the turn is gonna be the same one. So everybody's gonna name the turn like that.
Yeah.
Not like a Sanardi. So that's what I think. So yeah.
Just about everyone is currently where they started. Not a lot of movers. Ryan Huckleberry, he's up 2 spots to 17th. Leighton Norgard up 2 spots to 19th.
I think it's very smart people because what I said is endurance race. Be smart. It's not make sense to attack.
Or
maybe
race.
it's a long race, and also you have the compound. The red compound is at least is short than the black one, so at least you need to take care of the tires. It's not really hot, so actually, to be honest. It's 101 Fahrenheit.
So it's probably going to be a bit of we think maybe a 3-stopper to get to the finish here. So about 24 laps is when we expect the window to open.
I can let you know if I found it, my stance, and see how many laps can do for one stint. But yeah, you're right. Maybe it's a 3 stops at least.
Currently right now the top 4 breaking away. Okay, we got a battle back here for 5th. Here's Smith and Fody. Smith getting around Fody, and that's up a position, so a pass for position. Kind of a rare pass for position already. Remember Fody started on those harder compound tires.
Exactly. So he need to take a time for warm the tires, at least maybe 10 more laps.
And then the trade-off happens when the red tires, the alternate tires there, the sidewall tires that you see that's on Hunter Smith's car, they start to wear off. And the primes come into their own. Greg Forsyth up 2 spots. He's up to 12th now. There he is. Everyone being very well behaved here in this race.
Yeah, we saw on Motegi, that's a good behavior now. So, and these are the people, like I said again, so the people know it's hard to pass, hard to race over here. One mistake could cost you at least 3 or 4 positions, and also now because everybody's closer than here, so they have to take care of their.
Vinci, Stanley Pinero, Logan Spath, your top 4. They've now pulled away about 5 seconds over that next group.
Wow, they come fast. So at least our defended champion Pinheiro is getting there, but Logan Spath is getting close of him. So just don't getting crazy on trying to defend it too much. So it's long race, just easy.
Let's ride with Logan here on the what I call the infield portion. Coming down to turn 5. Turn 5 is where the old road course used to reconnect right there. Now we go uphill, up into 6. 6 is a very tough turn because you got this bump right there, boom, that wants to send the car out into the gravel just like that. To the inside, Logan Spath into the corkscrew. Move Logan Spath up to 3rd.
Yeah, kind of mistake of the Pinheiro because that's what you said. It's like that jump. If it don't make it good and true, you for sure you're gonna go to the sand. Maybe are you gonna say sand?
Yeah,
it's not gravel even. Yeah.
moves path up into third. Caleb Bincy's teammate, Bincy, not getting away from Stanley. Stanley keeping pace. Both these guys on the same tire compound, the red sidewall tires there. And the 1986 Indy 500 winner, Bobby Rahal, won here 4 times under that old configuration that you're talking about. Danny Sullivan, Michael Andretti, Paul Tracy, Brian Herta, Patrick Carpentier, Colton Herta, and now Alex Palou each have 2 wins here in IndyCar history. Laguna Seca is also the home to Rick Mears' 7th and final road course win. Oh. And of course, the most infamous racing pass in all of IndyCar history happened here with Alex Zanardi and Brian Herta at the Corkscrew in '96, simply dubbed as the Pass. Although Roman Grosjean tried to repeat it with Jimmy Johnson in 2021, but not as artfully done as Zanardi did it.
So I have the final calculation. So
all right.
I said it's going to be 3 stops, but it's going to be short for 1. So it's going to be at least, if they save it fuel, it could be between 24 to 26 laps for each team. So I said 3.6 stops. So means 1 stop is going to be a short. So it could be 4. So maybe 1 could be cut in half to go to the end.
All right.
Do you understand maybe my point?
Yes, I got you.
Yeah, cool. So it's going to be like almost 4. So it's going to be cap of 4, maybe 4 for some of them.
Oh, there's someone hitting pit road there. That was. Oh, okay. That is, I believe, Osborne hitting pit road.
You know, oh, he came in with damage. Oh, so he spun on turn 11 and hit the wall. So
okay, I saw some debris on 11 last lap, and I was wondering who that was. Now that where he spun, he had to complete an entire lap before he can come back into the pits.
Also, we're talking about the 200 seconds. So they need to take care, because I already see Smith with 190 seconds, and I saw some of the other guy with 180 seconds. So I can see very faster when the guy push. I can see the time on my screen, but yeah, they have to be careful with that, because sometimes it's good to at least leave something to the end. Not for now.
And Jim Herrick and Ryan Huckleberry, they already have theirs into the 160s in terms of time on the button. Top 2 now pulling away by a decent little margin.
For example, Piñeiro now is in 190.
This is something new that all the drivers had to learn how to use over the last couple of updates, as a matter of fact. So it used to be you had 20 presses of the button, and each press was good for about 10 seconds, wasn't it? I think is what it was.
I guess.
And so sometimes, like on some racetracks where IndyCars typically don't race but have really long straights on a road course, like Le Mans, for instance, you could start the button press at the start of the long straight, and it would run out by the time you get to the braking zone. So now, and really the way the button worked is you hit it, you would have, as long as you were at 100% throttle and going up in gears, you're fine to be on the button. The second though you braked and Pinheiro getting loose off 11. The second that you started to brake, came off the throttle or downshifted, is when push to pass turned itself off.
But it's much better than before. So it's like a must fair, that one, I think, because you can use it in short moments. So like before, you for example, here we see Piñeiro on turn 4.
Yeah, you can use them in little blasts. You can use them in little blasts. Yeah.
Exactly. So before it's like a one push, you lose it. So anyways.
Hunter Smith, Fody, Sora, and Tooker. This is 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. One of the other closest battles on the racetrack. Not a lot of awful close battles right now. We're just kind of going through the field. We are checking out what's going on in the rest of the IndyCar racing world right now here on iRacing, as the Pro Series is currently underway. And community member Costantini is currently in 5th. He's the highest ranked member other than Kraus, who's back in 18th.
I didn't know until you mentioned.
I know we got Clindy watching both, so we might have him as a dual set pit reporter for us. We need the community guys to show up strong in the series, and of course, a lot of ERL representation in the Pro Series. There's 5 former series winners and competitors in the Pro Series from the ERL. So we're always excited to see how our veterans do in the other series.
Yeah, kind of cows on the first.
And here comes lap traffic kind of getting in the way a little bit of Caleb Bency. That is Casey Hatch. And Stanley on the button trying to get down underneath Caleb there in 1. Caleb had to use the button for the first time on that one to defend. So lap traffic now playing a little bit of the role, what's going on at the front.
That's the other thing you have to take care too. Also, short track is you're gonna see a lap down over here. So you have to management about that. Also, they have a blue flag, so at least. But at these short tracks, and it's not really wide for try to make the pass. So they have to be careful of that.
And this is about actually as they're coming downhill off the corkscrew, one of the widest portions of the racetrack right there. You can comfortably put 2 cars side by side. But as they get into the infield portion, I think it kind of narrows down a little bit. Here down the front stretch one more time. Bency and Stanley, 1-2. They have themselves now a 6-second lead over Spath and Pinero. And then there is another 7 seconds, almost 8 seconds back to P5.
You remember I mentioned about the final result of the vote on Tuesday?
Yeah.
So Milwaukee is 60.9% over the Red Bull Ring, 36.9%. So I guess it's gonna be Milwaukee for the race on the Pro Series.
Good. That's again the Pro Series has a fan vote going on right now. If that, I think the voting has closed. Now I think the city would have closed.
That's what I said. Final result. So I
Yeah.
guess that's what I said on X or Twitch or whatever.
Lap 15 of 95, 16 of 95 now. And we're about 6 or 7 laps away from first stops. We'll have her on pit road. Joshua Osborne coming off of pit road.
Makes sense if they stop it now. Because I talked about that short thing.
As being the short stint. Being the short stint? Yeah.
Yes. And also, it's really the entry of the pit road is
tough.
difficult.
Very tough. Yeah.
But the exit is also more tough because if you're coming with the cold tires and you try to make the turn, And yeah.
Very narrow too. But if you remember, I think there's an IndyCar meme out there that was it Kirkwood a couple years ago got behind someone that spun coming into the pits during practice, and Kirkwood just sits there in the cockpit with his hand raised. And I've seen it as an IndyCar meme somewhere, as kind of just the universal signal of following that low-rated I rating person in the race to pit road here at Laguna Seca. But it's a very difficult pit road. As pit roads go, this and Barber are very difficult.
The Barber, or maybe Mid-Ohio too.
Mid-Ohio, yeah.
Yeah. And also the oval, so Iowa. I say Indianapolis is also too hard because if you come in, you see the entry wide, but you don't figure out it's the count over there, and you come in for over 200 miles and try to break to 60, I think so, 60 miles?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard though.
Here's your big mover of the day, Craig Forsyth, in 10th, up 4 spots. He's now attacking Gavin Hibbs.
Oh no! Osborne spun again. I think it was a scam damage on the car, so I see it took 7 minutes to repair the car. So maybe they have a damage on there.
Still out there trying, give him credit. Here's Caleb Bency, Ethan Stanley. Either one have kind of gotten away from one another. If you enjoy ERN's coverage of the Elite Racing League Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series and respect the stream, please do us a solid. Make sure you support us by subscribing. And while you're at it, don't forget to smash like and click the bell so you don't miss out on future ERN broadcasts. Now let's get back into the race. That battle between Forsyth and Hibbs getting closer.
Oh, we have the first DNF. So, Mitchell Harvey maybe is the name?
Yeah.
On turn 6 came on the back Jim Herrick. I think so. Jim Herrick
car
didn't.
off of, right in front of, that's Casey Hatch on the front straight, right in front of Forsyth and Hibbs.
Same what's happened with Joshua Osborne over there. But he saved the car. Yes, he saved it. So yeah, it's the first DNF, Mitchell Harvey.
Now, speaking of Indianapolis, that is next week. We will be covering qualifications, the 13th running of the ERL Indy 500. And that will be next week. Currently, there are, I saw, close to 60 people registered to take a shot at qualifying. That's like the early 80s that we haven't seen an entry list like. Well, we've seen entry lists like that in the virtual world, but in terms of 60 people to qualify for Indianapolis in the real world, it's been like the 80s since we've seen that happen. So a very competitive list of drivers will try to go for only 33 spots.
So
and one of the most prestigious Indy 500s on the service. Definitely is one of the top 5 Indy 500s for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So I remember the other leagues is all the field where they competed for or paid for the whole season. They competed on the 500, but here 60 people, and also they have invited some others. So I can tell you a couple names about who's gonna be. I read Seb Alexander. Give me 1 second.
And I think Jesper Orman was in there as well, and
yes,
Richie Hearn was in there as well. I think that's
yes,
one of the teammates there of Craig Forsyth. We're watching him right now.
So yeah, 60 people. That's a lot for that. But so nobody have the spot over there. So Ryan Campbell.
Yeah, no
also
guaranteed. No guaranteed spots. Yeah.
That's the word. No guarantee. So also I said Brian. No, I forgot. Nittigrut also too is gonna be there.
And we got
I said Campbell.
Ryan
Brian
Campbell. Yep, we see him on the Monday night, or the Tuesday night IndyCar Oval Series Top Split. He will be there with a couple of his teammates. I think Clindy will be there, and Joshua Collins, or Jacob Collins.
Christopher Stoffer also.
Yeah,
too.
Christopher, he'll be very good in that race.
I know everybody have a different engine. For sure, IndyCar iRacing don't have a Honda, or Chevrolet. So everybody use different engine. For example, Pinheiro use Honda. Also, Brandon Trost is gonna be there. Honda use. Chad Frankenfeld used also Honda.
That Brandon Trost has over 1,000 wins on this service. So he'll be one to watch as well if he shows up to qualify. That's all next week.
Yes, and Clendy choose Chevrolet, so to close over there.
I guess it doesn't really matter though. You're right. It's just added realism. It's all the same engine. It's all the same car. Looks like we got Jim Herrick, One Wing Angel going on right now. He is nursing a damaged car with the leaders around him.
Oh, he's gonna go. Oof. Almost collected for Stanley over there.
Not coming to pit road. He's going to stay out.
Yeah. So was for the incident with the Mitchell Javier.
Yeah.
Javier. So yeah, in turn 6, he didn't realize Henry came faster, and I think so. Henry didn't realize.
Ooh, big battle right here
Mitchell.
between Frankenfeld and Indycar Scarlett, going up the hill into the corkscrew. Move Frankenfeld up 3 spots to 12th. Indycar, he's blinking. Indycar is down 4 from where she started. He's in 13th. Forsyth still running down Gavin Hibbs. He's up 5 to 9th. We should be seeing pit stops about now if anyone's going to do a 3-stopper.
I think so. I guess I advise to Stanley to come into pit lane now because it's coming. I think so. It's more faster than Vance. It could be.
Yeah, Vance
is coming to pit. Yes. So now Stanley have to push for at least 2 more laps.
First stop for Caleb Bency. You see off to the left. There's 3rd and 4th right there. Pinheiro and Bency's teammate Spath. Down to a spot, hits his marks up on the jacks. Does he stay on the reds? No, he goes to the primes. Full tank, down and away. Waiting, and free by the cones. Now watch how pit road narrows here. It becomes like threading a needle. And we've seen so many cars come back up to speed right here and then go off into the dirt and spin out and just raced a perfectly good race.
And also it's kind of also dangerous because the guys came to make the turn 2 and you see the car coming from the pits and hit you.
Yeah. Ethan Stanley going to stay out another lap. He comes back to turn 11 and back down the front straight. Logan Spath, let's see if he comes to pit road, and he's going to do the exact same thing, a lap later than his teammate. Coming on the pit road, that's Mark Reblis right behind him.
Oh, I see Ryan Huckleberry, I think so his name. So hit the wall on turn 6. So I think so maybe it could be damage of the car.
He's still rolling. Let's see if he brings it to pit road. Spath on pit road, scheduled to stop. Hunter Smith pit road. Oh, here comes everybody pit road. Tyler Fody, Hunter Smith, Presley Sora, We got Craig Forsyth, Ryan Schold, Frankenfeld on pit road. Jordan Owens making that turn down pit road. He's one of our points leaders at the moment. Everybody making that turn. Here comes Spath rejoining, very tenderly coming back up to speed. He's back out there. Now we see Ethan Stanley. Does he make that turn down? Yes, he makes the turn down. He goes 2 laps longer than our leader, or our former leader.
Stanley on pits.
Rexing on pit road. Pinero now. Does he make the turn? No, Pinero going to stay out. Here's Jim Herrick making the turn down pit road. There's Caleb Bency come out here. Caleb Bency now in the corkscrew coming downhill.
Yep.
Stanley still in his box, down and away.
Down turn 11 coming.
Oh, and he's got a slower car in front of him. That's Caleb Schumer. Schumer?
Oh no, it's Carando.
Oh, no! Oh! And but Stanley comes out in front of Caleb Bency. And that was, who was that back there? That was Casey Hatch?
Yes.
Yeah, and he has no rear wing right now, so he's having a really hard time.
We're talking about how difficult it is to turn on there, and he went wide over there.
So Ethan Stanley comes out in front of Caleb Bency, and will take over the lead when Pinero comes to pit road. Here's Pinero coming to pit road right now. We're watching Pinero, giving a real quick look about what's going on in Long Beach. Chin Lichtenberg, 12th and 13th there in the running order. Kraus up to 15th. So the community guys looking a little bit better. Pinero down and away. Does Bency get around him? Bency does. And Stanley does as well. But now Stanley is caught in traffic. That's Justin Vandermarl in front of him. And that's just allowing Caleb Bency now to catch back up.
He did too long pit stop Pinheiro. I don't know why, but it's too long for my size. So I see too long for Pinheiro waiting over there.
Can't pass right here. Not a good spot. Right in front of the leader. And he doesn't touch anything, but wow.
Wow. And Benzy's getting close over there.
Now I want to watch that replay again. And let's get in Ethan Stanley's car. And let's get to the and I'm sure we're gonna miss a pass for the lead here, but the
no,
replay.
Everything's good.
Okay, let's watch this. He knows he needs to pass him. He's got Bency. I mean, look, there's Bency right there. So he knows he needs to pass him, but right here you can't do it. You just can't do it in this corner. He hits the bumps and he hits it hard and he unloads the car, and we talked about, and then it's just right in front of him. And momentum just takes him out of the way of the leader.
Could be said too much pressure from Justin to have these two cars came in like a rocket behind to you. But at the same time, Justin hit the curb on turn 6. That's why happened all of this. So.
Now there's a Leighton Norgard in 14th. He's in front of the leaders. He's going to stay wide. Stanley going to come to the inside. Going to pass. He's actually going to go super wide, leave the racetrack, and allow the leaders on by. Both of them on the button.
So that's why you have to check your
Take a look at the inside. Mirror. Caleb, no.
So about Justin, he have to check the mirror and also the blue flag for that.
Yeah.
And also Logan Spath and Pinheiro also too.
Yeah, Pinheiro actually got around Logan Spath on that exchange of pit stops. So move Pinheiro up to third, Spath back to fourth. Cody's in fifth. He's pretty much been there all day long. Presley Sora up one spot to sixth. Tooker up one spot to seventh. Hunter Smith on the slow pit stop, down 2 spots to eighth. Greg Forsyth up 5 spots overall to ninth. And Ryan Schuld up 2 spots to 10th. Chad Frankenfeld, also one of the hard chargers in the back, just on the outside of the top 10. He's up 4 spots to 11th. We still have a long ways to go. 29 of 95. We'll ride with Caleb Bitsy. So Caleb knows these races at this track well enough that he doesn't need to press, especially when there's a car in front of him. He will just wait and capitalize on mistakes. And again, we go back to the Formula Indy Series race that was here. I have to go back and look at what season it was, but he didn't really lead the race until the last lap. And I think they were he was battling Liam Quinn, who's also another long-term community member. And Liam had the race lead on the white flag lap coming to turn 6 right here. And as he came through 6, he spun out. And that's when Caleb was able to pass him for the lead and get the win. I think that might have been the only lap he led all day, but he will outlast you if he needs to.
Always the last one is the most important. So
right.
That's the thing. Oh, Kelly Benzie almost lost it over there.
Yeah, he caught it. Quick hands. 10. Got the Colton Herta hands.
I think it's turn to Stanley to get in pressure because the first thing was Benzie. So let's see how cold mind have Stanley to resist or getting there on the first the second stint, so on 25 or 26 laps, 25 laps.
If you're just joining us, this is ERN's coverage of the Warriors for Peace IndyCar Series. The Oliver and Company LLC Grand Prix of Monterey coming to you from Laguna Seca, where we've completed 31 of 95 scheduled laps. Make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel so don't miss out on the next race. Today's race is sponsored by Oliver and Company LLC. Oliver and Company is a local heavy-duty truck and trailer repair company located in Ellettsville, Indiana, just outside of Bloomington. From its humble beginnings in 1971 as Stan's Truck Stop, I love it, to the renaming of the business in 2014, Oliver & Company is a family-owned business, family-owned and operated business specializing in all aspects of Class 8 diesel truck repair. Sounds pretty deep to me. Oliver & Company proudly serves its community with great services at a fair price. To find out more, you got to give them a call at area code 812-876-4609.
So it costs a ton to Adriano Pinheiro to pass Norgard. With the blue flag now, he passed it, and Logan Spath easy to pass Norgard, but Logan Spath is getting close on Pinheiro again.
So Leighton Norgard now, first car 1 lap down. Jordan Owens, next car to go a lap down. He is third, I believe, third in the points.
You're right.
Yeah, so he is having a bit of a rough day at the moment. Again, road courses aren't for everybody. There's only 4 of them on the schedule this season. This is the last road course for the really the first half of the year. We are at the, I believe we're at the mid, are we not? This schedule, yeah, we're around 6 of 12. So we'll be at a road course here. Then we'll do the Indianapolis for a couple weeks with qualifying and the race. Then Belle Isle, and then they will go to Watkins Glen and race the boot there. And that will be the final road course of the season as they round out the regular season with 3 straight ovals, including the third jewel of the P1 Triple Crown Challenge at the Michigan International Speedway on November 21st. And the championship will be decided at series sponsor Worldwide Technology Raceway.
So Gavin Hibbs, DNF also too.
Oh, Gavin Hibbs, that's a big one. He's a former winner in the series from last season. Get the camera back here, Gary. Here we go. Let's, you know what? We got some business we got to take care of. Let's do a little side-by-side action. Speaking of Worldwide Technology Raceway, they got a big event coming up they want to talk about. So let's go side-by-side with Worldwide Technology Raceway and the NHRA. We'll be right back.
Flames will burn and sparks will fly at the NHRA Midwest Nationals this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Kick off race weekend in style with 2 qualifying sessions in one day. Plus, the can't-miss show of Nitro Under the Lights this Friday. Get tickets at WWTRaceway.com with kids 12 and under free in general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
And we're back. While we're paying some bills, let's give a shout out to Ethan Stanley, who made a really late exit on corner 11 there. We do want to shout out today Blue Egg Marketing, one of the premier partners of the ERL. Rev up your business with Blue Egg, your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track and connecting with your customers. With Blue Egg, you're always on the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg, click on their link in the description. And right now, our leader right now carrying that Blue Egg sponsorship right in front of Caleb Bitsy in the battle for first. Go right ahead.
So with the Logan Spot, this performance today, in comparison with the standings, so Logan Spot is at the 13th position so far. So with that, could be jumping. I don't want to say top 5, but remember, Vito El Porto is not here. Hayes is here. Hayes is not here.
No.
So at least I said 6 because I said maybe 6 or in between 6 or 7. It's gonna be jumping Logan Spad over there in the standing.
And just showing up and having a good performance. But this is a tough race today. You've talked about it while we're in break. It's just tough to pass here. Everyone is so evenly matched. The top 4 are kind of in a class all by themselves. And then really, Tyler Fode, he's by himself in 5th. And then really the where we start to see more cars lining up for battle. Presley Sora. Vandermeer going wide in the Andretti hairpin.
Oh, no. You can see the first place. So how just Jordan Owens tried to, I don't know what to do. So I left me to the left, or I keep going my line. But this is the problem of this track. what's supposed to do? So I leave you pass. I know I have the blue flag, but how to leave you pass? So that is how difficult. And this is cost Stanley that second. He have over Vance to be half a second over there. That's why it's so difficult. Even if we have a lot of battles around, we have a battle for the 7th position on 6 or 5, but the thing is how management to try to pass the car.
Well, Hunter Smith just all in it right now. He's in 8th spot. He has cars around him, under for position, but they are definitely making him race right now.
And front to you is Sora and Tucker over also too.
And Tucker actually finished on the podium in that road course race we had at Monterey. And he's having another good race here in 7th, but unless there's a lot of attrition in front of him, he might not be looking at another podium here, but still a top 10 on this road course might be a good day for a lot of these drivers. And we're watching over in the Pro Series, 4 laps to go over there at Long Beach. Rouse is up to 13th. And hey, Crane up to 18th. And Chin in 20th.
It's hard for everything. Yo, it's so hard also too.
Oh, here's Tucker to the inside of Sora, coming in the 1. And outbrake him. This is such an awkward corner because it's a double apex. Tucker not quite clears him. Oh, nope, no, still. Coming to 4.
And then they use the push to pass. So
Tucker on push to pass now.
Yeah.
And he's actually in a passing position coming into 5. But 5 isn't really a full brake corner, so you can get some momentum on the outside. But he gets the position done before 6 because we know no passing's going on 6. Now can he get the run? Can Sora get the run coming up into the corkscrew? Oh, Tucker locks up left front.
And Smith is getting close to. So Sora is the only driver with 200 seconds on the push to pass.
Tyler Fode has 200, I think.
This is the other one. Cool.
So yeah, plenty of time to use that button. But looking at a battle here, Ryan Schold and Craig Forsyth. Forsyth now up into the top 10. Meanwhile, back up front, Ethan Stanley, Caleb Bency. Stanley 15 laps on this stint. Bency 17 laps on this stint. Stanley pitted at lap 26, Bency at 24. So we expect to see Bency probably right around lap 48.
Yeah, we still have a time. So, yeah, Bency is.
Oh, he's there. He's there. Coming through downhill portion after the corkscrew. Right in front of them, they have Indica Scarlet in 12. That is the last car on the lead lap. Oh, yep, I saw that. Yeah, he did not have a good entrance there. And it has the momentum of Bensi looking to the inside. He regains it. In the 5. Get a good run, but pretty much be status quo until we get to the top of the hill. The corkscrew goes wide again. There's out the gearbox of Stanley. We mentioned Ethan Stanley only one career win here in the ERL. 36 starts, 1 career win. He was close on a number of other occasions we've seen. He had a good run at Monterey. He had a good run at Richmond. But can he hold off the defending Indy 500 champion? That's Caleb Bensi. A man that we know from just over on the other channel know that he knows road courses very, very well. Because he's a bit of a road specialist, if you think about it, with the Formula Indy Series and the championship there, a championship over in the RIL. Championship, former TI series. That was very road-based.
Just like, heck, I know Stanley it's a lot of making mistakes about he touched the sand, but just touch it. But the thing is, how you pass the guy in front to you. Now it's a Scarlet in the front on the Stanley, but it's still difficult. Look. I should be inside. Yeah. Oh no!
Whoa!
She needs to break now. She needs to left the pass. Oh no.
I mean, she wants to stay on the lead lap. And really, Stanley, I think, tried to force it in there. But Stanley needs to get there in order for, I think, for Indycar to concede. And that's what she does there. But Caleb going to set it to the inside. He is there. He's got a wheel. He's side by side. He's now wheel to wheel with Stanley coming through 2 and 3. And the 4. Oh, we're inches apart. Here we're in the 4 now. Still side by side.
And both of them
used to put the pass. Both on the button, yep. Bensi, 125 seconds left. He's going to have a good run on the inside here. Oh, a little twitch from Ethan. And that's the position right there.
Now for Stanley, just come back. You have to come back.
Whoa. He fully sent it in there into the corkscrew, locks up the left front. Which is typically the one that's going to lock up anyways, because that's the first downhill wheel. Into the
Yeah, don't lose the concentration. He cannot lose the concentration. He must to be focused again and come back. It's not for 3 or 10 seconds. It's just only 3/10. So just.
There's Tucker on pit road coming off for, I believe that's a scheduled stop.
He did 22 last spin. Yep.
And now Caleb starts to build a little bit of a lead.
Sometimes you're talking about, about this, you have to be the position to let you pass. But I always think about 03 or 04 is a good time to let you pass. So like, okay, you already catch me. Okay, I let you pass. But again, in between between turn to 6 and 9, it's not a good way. But in the main straight, that's the best way to let you pass. But yeah, it's difficult. I cannot blame nobody here about the old blue flags and everything. It's just because the track is like that, so it's hard. And also it's a big win for everybody. So big win for example, it's W for these guys finish the race and podium, but just for finish 95 laps on this track, that's a big win. It doesn't matter which position to finish.
And the race is complete over in Long Beach, and it's another Red Line Racing win. So the community guys did a little bit better this time. It's still another Red Line win, so we'll see. Now, I believe they get to an oval track next, I think, on the schedule. And here comes Bensi, scheduled stop at lap 48, coming to 48. He actually saved some fuel behind Ethan for a little bit, but Stanley stays out. Remember, Stanley stayed out last time and got the over.
You're right.
Pinero stays out. Key stays out. Spath is staying out. Tyler Fode's going to stay out. The scheduled stop. Second stop's occurring right now.
I think I should be safe if I Stanley safe there.
Caleb back to red tires, by the way.
Yeah, to say so. Stanley now is going to pit, and Justin also in front of him. So they should be used red tires. Stanley.
Pinero staying out. He'll pick up the race lead here. Logan Spath will stay out. He'll move up to second. Bodie coming to pit road. Caleb coming down from the corkscrew now into a 10 and now 11. Now we'll see where he comes out versus Stanley. Stanley down and away, rolling, but he does again have a slower car slightly in front of him. Here comes Caleb.
Oh no. Like let's go, and he's coming up front again.
You know what? Stanley is maximized. He's maximizing his time on pit road, but unfortunately, he's not coming out to a clean racetrack. He's not even coming out to a clean pit road.
Now,
okay, Vandermarl getting out of the way.
Good.
And I'm not quite sure where Ethan has beaten Caleb getting on. It must be getting on the pit road. Now Caleb's got to get around Vandermarl.
So Logan is bad in pits now. Pinheiro stay out.
Rebellis on pit road for a scheduled stop.
Ryan Schultz is going to get the black flag.
All right. I think it's Jordan Owens on pit road, yep. And Vandermarl on pit road again. Maybe he get caught speeding there.
Yep.
And
no, Ryan Schultz. No, Ryan.
No, Vandermarl was back on pit road again.
Oh.
They might have had got caught speeding or something. Nero now is our leader, but he still needs to stop. Here by 20 seconds. 20 plus seconds. And scheduled stop. Pinheiro coming to pit road right now. Turn the lead over to Stanley with Caleb running him down, and Caleb has already caught him now. Now we gotta ask if we get him back to the interview room. Where was he beating Caleb? The only thing I could think of he's beating Caleb is he's beating him on much faster on the pit road or something. So maybe Caleb's a little bit more conservative coming to pit road. That's Jared Rexing. He's right in front of him. That's in 16th.
So Pinheiro's going out. And what is the spot?
Fastest start-finish line, yeah.
And Pinheiro is in turn 4 now.
Yeah, so he has a comfortable lead. Rexing staying off the racetrack right now. Now he gets back on. Fast should be right behind this group.
I don't know what's happening on Stanley, but again, Vance is getting back again. I think so. The lap down is complicated for Stanley.
That's Frankenfeld now in 10th. And Frankenfeld just out of the pits. He's in one lap into his stint already, so he is going to try to hustle with, he has the prime tire on. He's one of the few cars out there with the prime tire on. He's going to try to hustle with cars of the alternate tire right behind him.
So the last pit stop could be in lap 70 to 72. For all of these people. So 72 in lap 72. That's the margin. 70 to 72.
Hey, LGN, if you need a new set of racing gloves, you know where to go?
Where I go?
I think you need to go to 4D Racewear. 4D Racewear, makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes and custom apparel design for sim racers by sim racers. 4D's sim racing shoes are custom engineered to connect racers to their pedals in a way that no other shoe can. Visit 4dracewear.com and check out the line of original racing gloves for your feet. Again, that's 4D Racewear. The link is in the description. They are one of the proud series sponsors here of the ERL. And a battle for track position here with lap traffic, or soon to be lap traffic, Chad Frankenfeld. He stays wide, gives room to Stanley.
So Stanley have to run.
Yeah, Stanley needs to go now. Here's goes to the outside now. That's Caleb to the outside. Camera back on him, and he gets the pass.
So Pinheiro is the fastest lap now.
Yeah, 108.2 for Pinheiro.
Yes.
Want to thank the title sponsor of the Indycar series here on the ERL, Warriors for Peace. Warriors for Peace is a foundation promoting peaceful change in the world to honor the beautiful life of Jack Shockley. Check out warriorsforpeace.org for more information. The link is in the description. And have the season without Warriors for Peace, guys. Thanks a lot for being a title sponsor. And now, I think Bensi kind of revels in the role of being the attacker right now, because he's already passed Frankenfeld, and now he's already started to reel in Ethan Stanley already. Some people maybe just are better in the role of the attacker versus the one defending.
Oh, I'm gonna say Vance is not gonna give it up, so it's gonna steal. So it's getting close again. So it's like I think maybe he's gonna wait for the end of the race to attack and do everything to pass, because the factor also is the lap down. So
here's a battle for position. Sorry to have to cut you off. Battle for position right here. Greg Forsyth, Hunter Smith battle for 8th. Closest battle on the racetrack. So you
Then
think
it's getting more fast.
you think Caleb is just kind of biding his time then?
I'm gonna say he's gonna catch again Stanley some point because it's Henry on the front on Stanley, and should be gonna be a factor. But it's almost at 2 seconds. Benzi back. Should I say that it's gonna save it fuel?
Yeah, I mean it's possible.
To do a short stop on the pit stop. I don't know.
There's only one more stop to go after this for everybody, so it looks like everyone's. Stanley to the inside there of Jim Herrick. But Herrick stays wide on the corner. I don't think held him up any. Now
So
Caleb,
Piñeiro 107.9.
at 107.9 purple lap.
So now Benzi can cut Stanley for now 1 second. So
Yeah, wow. It was at 1.7 at one point when you said it was like close to 2, and now all of a sudden it's 1.1. I think he had one bad corner, but he's recovered. The Stowe Motorsports guys looking pretty good as a team as well, 2nd and 4th. Lake Norman 1st and 5th. Nine cars on the lead lap. Forsyth in 9th is the last car on the lead lap. Leader won't get the Forsyth for another 7 seconds. That is actually the next car up the road for him. So he'll have to work on that for the next handful of laps before he gets there.
so funny thing, David Tucker opened the chat radio and said to chat about how pain is race over here, and it's still 38 to go. So
So Tucker is
asking. No, basically, I wanna go for this. So basically, Tucker asking to chat, can ask you something, and chat say yes. If your pain is your pleasure. So basically, how hard is race over here? So.
95 laps is a long race here, and that is the one of the MOs of what makes the ERL, the Warriors for Peace IndyCar series here, different than other series out there. Every race they do is 100% length. So unless you run in like the IIS, there are very few series out there that go 100% length. But if you prefer the marathon over the sprint, this is your style of IndyCar racing right here. You need to sign up and join up. And I believe they still have some open slots left for their Indy 500. Check that out. Get a sign up there, and then check out the Indy 500. And then you can run the rest of the season if you want. But just hop on into the ERL Discord. Sign up there.
If you're gonna lose a couple pounds, this is your league.
David Tucker, little mid-race comedy for our driver currently in 6th spot. Back up front though, and it's a bit of an accordion going on up front. He gets close, he falls back, he gets close, he falls back. Right now Stanley has a 1.25 second lead over second place Caleb Bency. 5 seconds back and turning some monster laps trying to catch this group is Pinero in third. He has separated himself by 15 seconds over Logan Spath, who is quietly very alone by himself in fourth. Although Tyler Fode not that far behind. Fode about 3.5 seconds behind. And then we mentioned the comedy stylings of David Tooker back in sixth. And right behind him, there we see Presley Sora going a little wide in the Andretti hairpin. He is seventh. Craig Forsyth is now eighth. Hunter Smith is now ninth. And Frankenfeld is 10th. And I believe he is the first car one lap down.
Just remember, last race over here, only 4 cars in the lead lap. So at least we have 9 for now.
Indica Scarlet is 11th. There is Indica. Let's get to Aberdeen. There we go. Yeah. Ryan Scholl in 12th. Gordon Owen, 13th. Leighton Norgard, 14th. Here's Jim Herrick, 4D car, 15th. Reblis will be our sponsor of the Indy 500 coming up here in a couple weeks, and 16th. Huckleberry still soldiering on, dad watching him, and 17th. And that is the last car running on the racetrack. Rexine is out, Vandermarl's out, Hibbs out, Schumer is out, Hatch out, Haver is out, Osborne out, William White is out. That is 25 car field there. White 25th.
Now Stanley is coming with a car lap down, on Smith. So maybe Fancy get ready over there.
Yeah, Hunter Smith will want to stay on the lead lap. You don't want to fight 60 laps into a race to go a lap down, and then you're at the last third of the race, you're a lap down. You want to. So he's going to try everything to stay on the lead lap. There you see, not too far in front of him, Forsyth and Leighton Norgard in 14th. So another car among the leaders could go a lap down here shortly. Forsyth got around Smith. Last time we told you, Stanley was looking at Forsyth as the next car. So apparently Craig heard his name mentioned, is like, I gotta go. On the outside of Smith, putting him a lap down. Gonna stay to the inside. Oh, just a bad spot for Caleb.
Yeah, okay. I think they almost didn't understand Benzi, the move of Smith.
Benzi now within less than a second now.
And have Norgard in front, and well, Norgard is gonna be the next one.
Yeah, Norgard is currently in 14th. And in front of Norgard is Forsyth. Then Sora, then Tooker, then Owen, 13.
So Mike Bensi should be family of
Yes.
this Bensi? Oh.
Yes. He's agreeing with what Clinty says. And the season will wrap up here for round 12 when we get there. That will be here in a couple weeks at Worldwide Technology Raceway. That's December 5th. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a proud sponsor of the Elite Racing League. Of course, we know it as a motorsports facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of St. Louis, Missouri. Close to the Gateway Arch, it features a 1.25-mile oval that hosts the NASCAR Cup Series, Craftsman Truck Series, and the NTT IndyCar Series. A 2-mile infield road course used by the Speed Tour Trans Am, SCCA, and Porsche Club of America. And a quarter-mile NHRA-sanctioned drag strip that is going to host the annual NHRA Camping World Drag Racing Series Midwest Nationals event very shortly. And the Kartplex, which is a state-of-the-art karting facility. To learn more or to buy tickets for one of their marquee events, visit their website. The link is in the description. Worldwide Technology Raceway. Thank them for sponsoring, being a continued supporter and sponsor of the ERL. We'll take final commercial breaks after final pit stops. We'll go commercial free to the end, unlike NBC. Of course, we can throw NBC under the bus now. Okay. Although I will say, their coverage of IndyCar kind of went downhill once they knew that they were losing that license. They were like, oh, well, whatever. I remember this was like one of the first races was here after they announced Fox, and it was just kind of an example of a bad race they put on with just badly timed commercials and you name it. Looking forward to Fox though. That's going to be pretty exciting next year.
Yeah, that's what I question. Oh,
yes, we both saw it. It's like, oh yeah, okay. Norgard keeps it wide, keeps it clean.
Do you think it's gonna be good in Fox?
I hope so. I hope it's not Fox rebranding NASCAR and calling it IndyCar, because that would anger me. I think IndyCar deserves its own broadcast style and broadcast theme, and I just don't want them to reuse whatever NASCAR graphics they have and say, okay, well, you know, we're just going to apply it to IndyCar. Well, that is probably the cheapest thing to do, although I think part of that problem won't occur because I think Fox will be using IMS Productions, which is the in-house productions crew for IndyCar and the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And if they do that, and they're Craig Forsyth, just great etiquette right there. Craig just getting out of the way. Know that he's not really battling anybody for position, so he's just going to stay to the inside and allow the leaders on by. Good on Craig. Everyone shout him out in chat, though. That's the way you do it. But if they do use the IMS Productions, I suspect that the IndyCar broadcast will have a distinct look and feel of IndyCar over whatever Fox does with NASCAR.
Oh no, Vance. Oh,
yeah.
Went wild.
Dips a wheel there. You saw what happened with McLaughlin when you drop a wheel there. Of course, he was racing his teammate at the time, too. David Tooker in, final stop for him. This is going to be a long final stint, I think, for him here. Might have to splash it again. I don't know if he can go.
He have to splash again if he want to save. Yeah.
Is that right at 28 laps? So he might have to splash again.
But move for him. which will be survived for. Oh, maybe so. Yeah, he did 21. So, or 22. So. So maybe struggle with the tires, or maybe he feels something is not right, or I don't know. Maybe I run. Okay, if you're gonna give me maybe 2 more laps, sorry, 2 more corners, I can figure it out. Maybe Vance is saving fuel. We lay the throttle out before the turn.
All right, well, we'll ride on and listen. You know, the gang in Ohio is watching. Just want to say hi to all of them. I don't know how many races those people have heard me call. Gotta be 30, 40 races, maybe at least.
That's a lot.
I know, and they probably know my voice very well. I've never met any of them. I used to do a podcast back about 10 years ago or so, and when we would go to the conventions or whatever that we were doing our podcast on, we'd be standing in line, like waiting for registration or something, and I'll just sitting there talking with a friend, and someone comes up and goes, "You're that guy. You're on the podcast." I'm like, yeah, yes. I heard your voice, and I listen to your podcast all the time, and I'm like, that's pretty cool. You know, thanks for listening and everything. But yeah, I'm just sitting there talking with friends and family, and they ID your voice, standing in line. And it is pretty cool, but you're like you don't really expect it. We're like, you're that guy. You're the podcast guy.
So I think some Benzies. I don't want to give up, but he made the same time on the Greg Forsyth. So 108.1 versus Forsyth 108.2. But Stanley is doing 1 second more faster. So now it's 3 seconds over the Benzies. So
yeah, 308. Oh, and he blinked out there, so we don't want that to happen. And he's coming up on Sora and Owens. Sora is going to be for a lead lap position. Owens is going to be track position. That's going to probably slow him down a little bit. But Ethan Stanley, 25 to go, is now we have 1 pit stop to go still, and a lot of stuff can still happen. We don't want to jinx him at all, but he is on the precipice here. He is on the precipice of getting that long-awaited win number 2 in the series. They always say often the first win is the hardest. I argue that the second win is the hardest. The first win, you could back into one or get lucky or whatever. The second win, just to kind of prove. I just kind of remember back in the late 90s when Greg Moore was racing, and he was just so close in winning his first race a number of times. And then he wins his first race, and then he wins his second race, and then he just kind of goes on this big run of winning races and just being a regular contender all the time. And I think that follows suit here in iRacing with these Indy cars, is that once you reach a fine sharpness of skills, wherever or whenever you race, you're always going to be good after a while. And the case in point, I mean, just look at the top 4 really here in our lineup: Stanley, Bensi, Pinero, Spath. Lesnick said we'll throw in Fody there as well. Fody's had himself a good season. He's led to points for a portion of the time. He's going to be in contention for the championship. We're halfway through the season.
So always make difficult to Stora to let the pass. Oh,
Yeah, Sora. That is Owens in front of him.
but
This is
nobody
just
say
track
nothing about.
This is just track
Yeah.
position. Yeah.
But nobody say nothing on the radio, so it should be okay. Actually, if it's me, I say something.
Yeah. Oh, and a nice break. Vincey, pit road, final stop, and boy, did he come close to the wall there.
And Scarlett did the final stop, so good to go to the end.
And let's watch Vincey here as he comes to pit road. He's coming down the hill here, and watch this little switch here. So he's made the decision. We're coming to pit road. And unfortunately, the way this, look at all that clag on the high line there. Dirty, dirty racetrack. But watch, here he comes, coming to pit road. We'll watch this. How close does he come to the wall there? This is, like we said, this is one of the more difficult pit roads to come onto. He's hitting it now, downshifting, trying to slow down. Car inherently becomes unstable when you want to slow down really fast in these things. Turns the wheel, plenty of time. Thing just kind of goes straight. Oh, look at that. It's on the pit road. And he's off of pit road. So how long does Stanley stay out there then with 22 to go?
Maybe should be
I think I would pit sooner rather than later. I don't think I would.
22 go maybe.
Yeah. I would pit as soon as possible. I would just answer the challenge of my chief rival all day. Say, okay, you're coming to pit road. Okay, I'll come to pit road.
But the thing is that he don't have nobody on the front, so they don't have a lap down. So that's a good thing. If they have a lap down on the front, they have to pit now. But they don't have nobody, so he can push.
Yeah.
But he don't want
here
because he's going.
Here it comes, coming to pit road right now. Oh, and he locks it up coming to pit road. And he does have, again, slower traffic in front of him on pit road. Yeah, that's just bad luck. 3 stops in a row, and you're going to have slower traffic in front of you. And I believe that's Rebelus. Now, Rebelus should be... Rebelus will probably pull out in front of him, but it'll be a comfortable margin, I think.
Benzi on turn 9, 10. Now 10. It's going to 11.
Stanley going to red tires to finish this thing out. Here comes Benzi down the front straight. He's on the button. He's giving it all it's got. Ethan in the on the access road in the Andretti hairpin, and he's out well in front. And both are on the alternate tires, so then now you're right. Now it's push.
Yeah, I think so. The strategy on Stanley worked good for him, especially on the how short he did in the pit stop. So good for him.
Presley Sora, final stop.
So Pinheiro is good to go to the end.
Pinheiro, he is on his outlap right now. This is on his final stop, so he's good to go.
And also have Owens on front.
Guy has Owens right in front of him in Forsyth. Mike Bency says, I'm family. Well, I appreciate that. When Caleb started running on iRacing, about when I started broadcasting with Captain TV with Chris Scala there. Wow, and then we're at the old channel. And then we started here P1, and then Dad approached us to hit the action, do the production for the ERL, which we are definitely enjoying. And Roman Zini called me the voice of IndyCar on iRacing. I said, well, it didn't get me on the Pro Series broadcast, but the guys on the Pro Series there, they get to call the race not only on the iRacing channel, but they also get to call that on the NTT IndyCar channel too. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So Vance, he did the fastest lap, so 107.7.
Yeah, purple lap.
But it's 3/10 more than Stanley. And if we talk about 3/10 less, so it could be close at the end. So, but he have a 54 seconds on the push to pass over 130.
Yep, Stanley 130 seconds on push to pass, 54 seconds for Caleb Benzie, 151 seconds for Pinheiro. Spath at 90 seconds. Tyler Fode hasn't even touched the button. Makes you wonder if he even mapped it.
Oh, maybe we need to ask him if he know about this thing.
Do you know about this thing called push to pass? No, it wouldn't be the first time that we've encountered a driver that some of these wheels only have so many buttons, and before your race or whatever, you need to reprogram some of them, and it wouldn't be the first time that a driver's forgot to program push to pass on an oval after coming off on a road course race after coming off an oval. I've done it. That just shows you my inexperience on road courses, but kind of one of those other things with these Indy cars that you don't see now with the enclosed cockpit is, but if you race the DW12 or the IR05, is mapping that tear-off button. Benzie now 2.6 to Stanley, 18 to go. Still plenty of time. And let's get our final words in here for our sponsors. Let's do Worldwide Technology Raceway, and then we'll do iRacing, and then we'll call it to the finish. We'll be right back.
Flames will burn and sparks will fly at the NHRA Midwest Nationals this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Kick off race weekend in style with 2 qualifying sessions in one day, plus the can't-miss show of Nitro under the lights this Friday. Get tickets at WWTRaceway.com with kids 12 and under free in general admission. The NHRA Midwest Nationals this weekend at Worldwide Technology Raceway.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series in officially licensed cars engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel.
Oh, and we ended that a little bit quick, but we are back here. Calling the final segment here of the Oliver and Company Grand Prix of Monterey. And I do want to thank again the guys at Oliver and Company for being the race sponsor. Oliver and Company LLC is a local heavy-duty truck and trailer repair company located in Ellisville, Indiana. That's just outside of Bloomington. That's where IU is, down south. It's from its humble beginnings in '71 as Stan's Truck Stop to the renaming of the business in 2014, Oliver & Company is a family-owned and operated business specializing in all aspects of Class 8 diesel truck repair. And again, that sounds pretty heavy-duty to me. Oliver & Company proudly serves its community with great services at a fair price. To find out more, give them a call at 812-876-4609. That's Oliver & Company. Sponsors here of the Grand Prix of Monterey here at Laguna Seca.
Do you know why they call it Grand Prix to the oval before? Like, for example, in Miami, Homestead, Miami, they call it Grand Prix of Miami or whatever.
There used to be a road race in Miami on the street course.
No. With the oval race, they call it Grand Prix.
I don't know why they call it the Grand Prix, other than they're just maybe calling it the Grand Prix based upon its previous road racing heritage. I don't know.
I think so. 2000, 2001. No, maybe 90 something. The Grand Prix on the Miami, and you see oval.
We have 14 to go. Ethan Stanley is your leader by 3 seconds over Caleb Bensey, your points leader. Caleb getting around Tooker for just track position. Caleb Bensey not a good portion of this race, but it looks like Ethan Stanley just has really had the better performance today. That is okay. He's putting himself in good position still to capitalize in the points. Going to Indianapolis, where he is the defending champion. Pinero, after a really rough start, 2 races where he finished plus 20 in the finishing position. Actually, plus 25, I think. He has won one race already this year. He won the 500-miler at Pocono. He is right now the only driver eligible for the P1 Triple Crown Challenge going to Indianapolis, where we know LGN that he will be good as well. I think he finished, he's kind of the footnote in the finish back in May where Caleb beat King Robert. He beat Malechka. That's the only ding in Malechka's armor in any major 500-mile Indy race that he's been in recently. That is the only ding in his armor, was losing to Caleb by 0.004 of a second. But the car you didn't see finish 4th in that battle was this guy right here. Adriano was right there at the end on a heck of a finish in that race.
So we're talking about Adriano. So Hunter Smith, 9th position. For sure Stanley's gonna win the race. Jordan Owen is in 3rd position on the standing, so now is on 13 with 2 laps down. So if I don't jinx everything, could be go 3rd or 4th, Adriano Pinheiro, or maybe share the 3rd position with Smith.
Okay.
That's the one I guess, because I don't know what is the point on each thing, but we need to wait. For sure it's gonna be faster. And Stanley, for sure Vance is gonna keep the first place and
Points lead. Yep.
yeah, and Stanley is gonna be 2nd because Tyler 40. Tyler 40 is gonna steal in the 2nd place. So maybe.
Lindy says, my wife went to IU. I have been there. You know, you'd think that I've been to IU many times. I think I've been to the campus like 3 or 4 times. Oh, yeah, so we'll check out the points when the points are tallied up here at the end, hopefully. We'll be able to report those to you. As Caleb now is got Ryan Schold in front of him. Ryan Schold in 12th spot. Indica Scarlett ahead of Schold at 11th. Frankenfeld 10th. Tooker pit road. Oh, and he hits the wall coming in hot. That's not what he wants to do. But we knew he had to make a splash at the end, and this is the splash at the end. And he's making a splash more way than one, and he's missing the whole front wing right now. That's going to be an extra 5 seconds as they get that repaired.
Or maybe more.
And as his sponsor says, off the wall, and that's exactly what happened. New front wing down. Oh, did he punch out?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Punch out. So that's going to be a free position for a little bit for people behind him on the racetrack.
Like like AJ Foy and Indy 500 getting so mad, went outside to the car, tried to repair the car myself.
He grabs like a screwdriver and a hammer and starts banging on it. Or later in life, he just throws the laptop.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't see that.
You haven't seen that one when he threw the laptop?
No. I want to check later.
And Caleb, 24 seconds left of the button, using some of that on that lap that time. Oh, Huckleberry going a little bit long there in corner number 3.
So Carl Quincy said, I live in there for 2 years. I kind of lose what I'm talking about.
Oh, Bloomington?
Oh, okay.
Bloomington, yeah.
Got it.
Yep. The home of Indiana University.
So where is that?
Indiana University is in Bloomington. So Ellettsville, where
Indiana, close to Indianapolis, something like that.
It's south of Indianapolis. So Bloomington is where the Indiana University is.
Oh.
And that's just south of Indianapolis. And Ellettsville, the Caleb doing a power slide out of the corner on the button, trying to use what's left of the push to pass here to try to reel in Ethan, who has 130 seconds compared to just the 16 of Vinci right now. But Ellettsville, the town of where Oliver and company is located, the sponsor of today's race is in Ellettsville, just outside of Bloomington. I think, Clindy, you can use Interstate 69 to get there. I think now, built down that way. I'm not. Don't quote me on that. I think they've just about completed the whole highway through the state now.
Oh no, Piñeiro. Oh, I almost lose Piñeiro on turn 6.
Now we got him. Looking at him. He's got Forsyth in front of him. That's not a battle for position, just track position. Forsyth currently in 7th. Forsyth is your big gainer of the day, unless Frankenfeld picks up another position, he'll tie Forsyth. Forsyth up 7 spots. He's your biggest gainer right now.
So it's like wake up, Adriano. Don't get to sleep, huh?
Well, it's late in the race. 8 to go. Back up front, we'll take a look here at Stanley. Does have Indycar Scarlett in front of him, and last time he reached Scarlett, that was kind of dicey. We'll see what happens. Again, want to thank the Warriors for Peace, being the sponsor of the ERL's IndyCar Series. Warriors for Peace is a foundation promoting peaceful change in the world. It's the honor of the beautiful life of Jack Shockley. Check out warriorsforpeace.org for more information. The link is in the description. Also want to thank 4D Racewear, makers of the ultimate sim racing shoes, gloves, and apparel designed by sim racers. Check out 4D Racewear. The link is in the description. Indica stays wide. There he goes. Inside. That might be the last car that he sees for a while. That might be the last car he sees until he gets to the checkered flag. No, Jim Herrick's 6 seconds up the road, but we'll see with 7 laps to go. Of course, he is sponsored by Blue Egg. They are one of the premier sponsors here in the ERL. Blue Egg and Victory Lane. Well, you can see Blue Egg and Victory Lane for yourself. They are your marketing pit crew. Turbocharge your lead generation with experienced drivers that can navigate the competitive track, connecting with your customers. Blue Egg, you're always in the pole position, leading your brand toward victory lane. Don't spin your wheels and celebrate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. For a little more about Blue Egg, click on their link in the description. And Blue Egg on the verge of getting into victory lane for the second time with Ethan Stanley now coming to 6 to go here at the Oliver & Company Grand Prix of Monterey. You, me, and the Bay of Monterey. All right, all right, all right.
So we have a 7 to go. We cannot forget about in turn 7. Turn 7, no? Yeah. The Uruguay Gonzalo Rodriguez. Yeah.
Yes, Gonzalo Rodriguez. Yeah, driving for Team Penske. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a tasting and practice. What a... Yeah.
So he was from Uruguay, right?
Yes.
And he was a national hero in Uruguay.
To be honest, I never heard in around Uruguay driver in things. So I can hear Chileans of Eliseo Salazar in Formula One. Now Nico Pino in the endurance. I think there's Benjamin Hittes in Germany. Also, he won the 24 hours on Spa. In Argentina, we have Fangio, Canapino, Fangio 2, and Indycar 2. Others, I don't remember one man. But yeah, Uruguay is not really, maybe in rally car in hometown, maybe, but no in USA or maybe in Europe. Maybe I don't know. I guess maybe it's 1. Maybe it's 2, but not really with good names. And also Rodriguez with the closest to be the big names.
Yeah.
With Penske in 1999 or maybe 2000. I don't know.
Yeah, he was in line to go to, if I remember right, he was in line to go to Patrick Racing. So he had a seat secured for the next season. And then the incident here at Laguna Seca that cost his life. And yeah, that's definitely one of, I think, one of the hidden talents of what could have been with IndyCar if he would have got a good ride.
It's a lot. It's like a what if.
What if? Yes.
Yeah. What if it's Senna's live now? What if it's Jules Bianchi? What if it's Gonzalo?
Hey, what if Greg Moore? That's 4 wins for Helio Castroneves at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. If you think about it that way, because it was Greg Moore had the seat over Helio, and then unfortunately he had the incident at California Speedway, cost him his life. They had to fill the seat. It went to Helio, and then 25 years later, Helio Castroneves is a 4-time winner at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, but he doesn't become a 4-time winner for sure if that incident with Greg Moore doesn't happen in '99.
Dark year, no?
Yeah.
To that, yeah. And then,
There was a pretty rough 3-year period in IndyCar. We had Scott Brayton in '96.
Because Scott Brayton and also Ariel Leidendek penalty, Eliseo Salazar is still talking about the front row in '96. So, anyways, it's like okay, but this because these 2 things.
Yeah.
Oh. But he can never gonna admit
and then,
that.
We had Jeff Krosnoff in that time frame. He lost his life. There was like 4 drivers in that time frame from '99 to '96. Lost their life. Now the silver lining, I want to say great thing that happens out of that, is that these cars become much more safer. You're looking at them right now. The pinnacle of safety, even though these cars are. The tub is a DW12, so the tubs of these cars have been around since 2012. And this aero kit, for the better part, has been on these cars since 2018. But You're looking at no safer IndyCar ever in the history of IndyCar racing than these cars right here. They are never. Now the next car probably will be safer, but in this car and over any other car that was ever raced in IndyCar, never any safer than these cars right here. And all of that data is acquired from all those other incidents.
Is everything started from Massa on Hungary Grand Prix when I hit the thing?
The spring, yep.
Yeah, and then just Vance is getting like, you know what, we need to do something. And then with Wilson on
Justin Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
And then they decided that the Halo or the full enclosed cockpit was the way to go for IndyCar racing. And then we've seen in a number of incidents, Colton Herta was in one where the aero screen helped, and a number of other incidents where we've seen the aero screen have kept a tire off the driver's head.
Do you think with the aero screen, Dan Weldon could be?
Oh, I don't know. That was such a violent hit. I don't know. I don't know. Here we come. White flag lap. White flag lap sponsored by Whiplash Simcans. Get the most out of your sim racing experience with Whiplash Simcans. Follow them on Twitter, like them on Facebook and Instagram. Final lap here at the Oliver & Company Grand Prix of Monterey. Ethan Stanley looking at his second career win. About 3/4 of a lap away from doing it. Again, we've seen before Caleb Benzie run down a driver on the final lap who spun at this turn right here, coming up to 6. Get through 6 nice and easy. Don't dip that wheel off and just keep the car aimed straight. Come into the corkscrew, brake nice and easy. Go through the corkscrew, don't unload the backside. These cars do not like changes in elevation. Down through the corkscrew. And now just 2 turns to go for Ethan Stanley to get his second win here in the ERL. First win this season at turn number 11. And now he's looking at a empty racetrack, but a flag stand waving the checkered flag. Ethan Stanley, your winner here at the Grand Prix of Monterey, sponsored by Oliver & Company. And Caleb's taking the finishing flag there, checkered flag. For Caleb, here comes Adriano Pinero. Hopefully we'll get a word from him via email on his third place performance here.
By fax, maybe. So, yeah, good race. I said 1 hour and 50? Yes. 1 hour and 50 minutes without yellow on main things. Clean race, huh?
Yeah.
I really expected more clean on Motegi than here. So I really good for the race. So all the things I really don't like about the blue flags and the people getting hard to level pass. I know it's I don't want to, but the track make that difficult around. But with that, we saw a lot of battles and also push on the Benzie and Stanley to Benzie, and then Stanley getting with the winner over here.
Why does it start with row 6? This here.
Row 6.
There we go. Ethan Stanley, your winner. Caleb Benzie second, Pinero third, Logan Spath fourth. Those guys were the top 4 all day long, and they finish as 4 of the 5 actually, because Fody hangs on there at the end to finish on the top of on the top 5 on the lead lap. Sora, Forsyth, Smith, Frankenfeld, Scarlett, your top 10. Schuld, Owens, Norgard, Herrick, Reblis, Huckleberry, Tooker, Rexing, your top 18. Let's scroll these up here. Vandermarl, Gibbs, Schumer, Hatch, Haver, Osborne, and White, top 25. That is your 25 car field here from Laguna Seca.
And even race today, I get it tired. It's so hard. It's really, really hard. I cannot think about. I said it's funny, but I said if you're gonna lose maybe a couple pounds coming here, because it's hard. It's 1 hour and 50 minutes on drive without stop, without thinking. Maybe drinking a little bit of water, but the moment you go to pit, you have only 8 seconds maybe
Yeah.
to drink something. So it's really, really hard. You have to don't drink nothing before the race, to drink everything to the end, to go for service maybe now. But yeah, it's really, really hard.
Yeah, I think we were kind of discussing when the IIS was here. That's the iRacing IndyCar, or the IndyCar iRacing series, excuse me. And that, until the Pro Series, really was the highest level of IndyCar you could race here on the service. And they have full-length races, and they were talking about how long the race was here as well, and that was hard on them. And they were talking about really you spend 2 hours really racing these cars as hard as possible, and at most over that 2 hour period, you have a minute and a half, maybe a little bit more of time you could rest. 1 minute and a half, 90 seconds over a 2 hour period. That's the only time you can rest here at Laguna Seca. So rough place to race. Rough place to race.
For sure.
All right, and let's bring up Caleb, because I don't think, unless he sends you a message, we'll talk about it if he does. Adriano's,
I forgot him. No.
Yep. Okay. And
but nothing yet.
Nothing yet. All right. So we're waiting for Caleb to show up in chat here. And there he is. And let's bring him on up here. Caleb Bency. Caleb, we're going to get you in the booth here. Adriano is not going to be joining us. He'll just send us a message to say his thoughts. But outside of some laps you guys had mid-race, which we're kind of watching on the replay, it was kind of I don't know. It looked like it was just a hard race for you guys out there. Was it hard?
Oh, that was definitely one of the more difficult races I've done in a long time. Just the length, and I don't know how much you're working at this track. You're dancing the car around, throwing it around, and I mean, pretty high load corners. So yeah, you are definitely not wrong, because that was very, very tough. But yeah, just couldn't quite, put that whole race together. It was very, very close though. So, it is what it is, I guess.
Well, where did he get you though? Every time on pit road, he always seemed to come out in front of you. Was your approach to pit road a little too conservative, or was his a lot more aggressive than yours? Or where do you think, when you look back, where was he getting you when the pit stops were over? Because he was always ahead of you when those stints were done.
Yeah, I pretty much lost control of the race in that first stint. Being the leader, you could not save nearly as much fuel. I was trying to save a good bit, but I can only get to lap 24, I think. And I think he was able to go 2 laps longer on the first one, but
yeah,
the cold tires were just unbelievably bad. And so those first 2 laps out there while he's still circulating on hot tires, I just had absolutely nothing. So that was the first lap in particular. I had to have lost probably 2 seconds each time minimum.
Mm-hmm.
And just because I didn't get as much out of it fuel wise as I could that first stint. It just basically repeated the cycle over and over. But yeah, second, third stint felt faster. But then the third stint, I kind of towards the end of that stint, I just tried to do a big fuel save to just try something to be able to push hard all the way to the end without any fuel or fuel save, and try to pressure and mistake. But credit to him, he never really made one. So, but yeah, it kind of all traces back to that first stint. I think just didn't get as much fuel out of that as I needed to, and just put me on the back foot for the rest of the race.
Okay. Points are done here. So we can let you know where now standing going into Indianapolis, where you are the defending champion. You have yourself a 6-point lead over Ethan going into Indy. So, how do you feel about that? Got a couple more road course races to wrap up the season, but primarily this is an oval league. So we know your strength is on both. So it's not too early to talk about championship now that we're looking at the second half of the season. But how do you feel about some of these tracks, though, that we know that you've done well at?
First of all, I'm surprised I'm even still in it at this point after this year. But yeah, heading into Indy, definitely feel very optimistic. I mean, they had plenty of races there. There's just something about Indy that always gels. So I don't think I've raced it since that last Indy race. So it's just like riding a bike. So it'll get up to speed pretty quick and hopefully put together a good race there. But yeah, for the most part, I feel like
you raced another race there. You raced the FIS 300. I think that was after.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, good point. Good point. Yeah, I feel like the ovals have been close to a couple other wins, or at least that one at Homestead. So feeling pretty confident with those. That's kind of been a hit or miss for me over the years, but thankfully I feel like getting a little more consistent across the board on all different types of ovals. So yeah, feeling pretty optimistic. I feel like it'll still be tough to overcome those 2 missed races when some other people start using up their drop weeks with some bad results here and there. But yeah, as long as keep getting podiums and finishing up front, I guess that's all I can really do.
Yeah, keep doing interviews with me. That's how
Exactly.
that's how we add up the points. That's how we add up the points.
Yes.
Shout outs, friends, family, sponsors. Anyone to say hi to before we let you go? Second place tonight. I know it's not where you wanted to be, but I'm just guessing I'm going to guess the general consensus from everyone is everyone's very tired after tonight. And I think there's any number of drivers that would love to swap places with you. So second place, all things considered, not too bad.
Yes, I am more almost relieved, if anything. A little disappointed, but yes, relieved and excited to go get some rest. But yeah, obviously thanks to you guys, as always, P1 Broadcasting as well, and Amigo Secure for in the Northeast Ohio area. Check them out. Blossom Road followers, same thing there. And yeah, family, friends is always watching. I know Grandma already sent me a text, so thanks to you and everyone else who's watching. And yeah, I just couldn't quite put a full race together there. But ultimately, I feel like I optimized what I could, and yeah, credit to Ethan as well.
All right, congratulations. We will catch you next week at qualifications for the Indy 500. But if I remember correctly, it didn't really matter where you qualified in that race last. You kind of came from deep in the field to win that one. So I don't think all you really need to do is just make the field, and I think that's the key thing for you. So we'll see you next week to your chance to get into the fastest 33 here for the 13th running of the ERL Indy 500. So we'll catch you next week.
Yep, sounds good. Thank you guys.
Yeah. All right, and now
we're gonna have a bump race, maybe. The bump.
A bump race.
Yeah.
For bumping into the field. Yes. So how it was at least in May, and I assume it's going to be the same way here. It's going to be. I think it still the schedule needs to be announced over on the Discord. Is that we will when we come on the air next Thursday. I think we're doing the last row first. And then we will do the Fast 6 or Fast 12, or whatever the league there. And then that's pretty much the broadcast. We'll also probably catch a little bit of filling the field. Not much, but we'll probably catch a little bit. But I think that is the broadcast schedule for next week for qualifications in Indianapolis. Let's bring up Ethan Stanley. Ethan Stanley, congratulations. Welcome to Victory Lane. So close the last couple of weeks. Finally put it together and stuck the car in there for win number 2 here in the ERL. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Derik.
Don't stop me there. Talk about your race. I'm guessing, though, you're tired. That seems to be the general consensus so far.
Yeah, a little bit sweaty after that one. It was a long one. A lot of fuel save on my part, so just concentration and Yeah, Caleb put on a hell of a race too. He was quick, kept me honest the whole time. It was hard to get by him too.
But you
So
managed to do it on your each time on your pit stops. What was the secret sauce there on the pit stops for you?
if you just run a couple laps later and get that little bit of an overcut, it takes time to get those tires warmed up when you just get out of the pits, and you still have an advantage when you stay out on track. So saving a couple laps of fuel really helped me, and just helped me extend those stints and let me kind of keep that lead.
Talk about doing 95 laps here. Almost seems sadomasochistic a little bit to do 95. Too long, just right. Don't want to see it on the schedule for a while. What do you think?
I'd be okay if it's out on the schedule for a while, but I like Laguna Seca. It's a long race, but it's definitely a fun one to win. One of my favorite tracks from growing up, playing Gran Turismo and such.
That's right. Gran Turismo was here, yeah.
But yeah, fun race. Glad I can get the dub.
Well, and that leads you with the most momentum going into the biggest race of the year next up at Indianapolis. If I remember right, you were fighting pretty good there in getting into the top 10, I think, for that Indy race, and a lot of incidents there to happen, kind of thinned the field. How do you feel about your chances this time at Indianapolis, especially coming into the biggest race of the season with a win as momentum?
Well, last season I ran pretty well. I ran top 5 most of the race and crashed late. So if I can just stay in it this time and stay about where I was last season, I think I got a good shot to win.
Yeah, it seemed like everybody in the top 5 was in the picture there at the end for that checkered flag. So yeah, you're probably right. Anybody you want to shout out to, friends, family, sponsors, to celebrate this second win of yours here in the ERL?
Yeah, of course. Big shout out to Blue Egg Marketing for being the sponsor on the team and the car. Big shout out to JD Designs for painting all these beautiful paints that he does for me all across the week, across all series. Big shout out to Lake Norman Motorsports and Tyler Fody, who had a pretty decent run tonight. Just a little mistake cost him 4th, I think. And of course, big shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcasts every week, and Chad and everybody that runs the league. Big thanks to them.
Yeah, it's a better broadcast this week, for sure. 37 career starts. You got 3 poles there. You got 2 wins now, 14 top 5s, 17 top 10s. Starting to rack up some pretty impressive numbers. I always argue that the second win typically is the hardest one to get out of all of them. I suspect that we'll probably see more wins end up on that column here as the season rolls on and as years roll on. But congratulations, and getting that second win gets a huge monkey off everyone's back. Just proves that you could do it, and you did it here at Laguna Seca in pretty dominant fashion here in the second half of the race. Congratulations, and we'll see you at the Indy Quals next week when we rejoin the air next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Ethan Stanley, winner here at Laguna Seca for the Oliver & Company Grand Prix of Monterey. The point situation one more time before we go into the final thoughts with LGN here.
I sent it. The dove is coming from Brazil. I sent it to you.
Oh, okay. All right. Then we will look at that right now as we get... good night, friends. I want to congratulate Ethan on his victory and Caleb on his second place. Well, in qualifying, I didn't set my best time. I think Ethan and Caleb didn't set their best time either. I started 3rd and ended up making a mistake. I lost the position, but after the first pit stop, I managed to come back in 3rd with the hard tires. It was probably the best moment for me in the race. After the second pit stop, I started having problems with my equipment. Some laps I was able to be fastest, others not, so I was very inconsistent. After my last pit stop, my accelerator was a little bad, but 3rd place was a great result for me. I am looking forward to the Indy 500. I will prepare myself in the best way possible to fight for the pole position and to try to get my first Indy 500 victory in the ERL. It's hard to believe he doesn't have an Indy 500 victory here in the ERL. We know how good he runs there, but he's going to try to prepare for his first Indy 500 victory in the ERL. In the previous editions, I've always been very close to victory, and I'm confident that I can win the next edition. Have a good night to you all, and up an arrow. I think all in all, that's a pretty positive report from him, and also pretty positive, outlook going into the next race at Indianapolis.
Yeah, for sure. I think so. It's a main, one of the main. But we thinking about all of these guys, but the we don't thinking about is Tross, Pahowski. We said Seb Alexander, Neil de Groot.
Oh, Neil de Groot, yes, for sure. He has a whole strategy named after him. So yeah, we got to watch him.
Victor Del Porto also too.
Del Porto back, yeah. We got isn't Jesper on the entry list? I think.
I read around is the like a white list, like a invited from. So yeah, just about often is over here. So yeah, it's gonna be late for him, but good for him. So what else? Richie Hearn, one of the
Gopher, Richie Hearn driving for 4D. Yeah, it's going to be a stacked field. But I am looking forward to that. But final thoughts here on our second of 4 road courses this season, and moving into the second half of the season, starting off with Indianapolis here in 2 weeks. But next week, qualifying for the 13th running of the ERL Indy 500.
I don't want to say nothing about today. Everybody wins. Everybody finished. Doesn't matter how many laps you finish. That's the win. So the thing is, finish the race a good thing. So Benzi good for the pole, but bad for the second place. And Stanley finally one race to win here, and also the recovery from Ariano Pinheiro and the issue on the for the throttle acceleration or whatever it's named.
Yeah, you gotta hate those mechanical issues. Yes.
So next one, Indianapolis 500. So the 13th edition. I think so. First of all, we need to know who's gonna be over there. We need to figure out the 33 cars around. We have more than 60 for weighted to be the best one. And then we need to think about it. Who's gonna be the best candidate on around the Indy 500 to follow to 2 weeks for now. So it's gonna be excited. So gonna be excited to see all these people do the 4 laps. We need to figure out what is the condition, how hard, how you know what? Also, who's do it first, in between first to the middle to the end is different. So could be the first could be hot track, on the middle could be a cold, and what about to the end? So you know how hard the Indy 500 qualifying, and who's going first is the fastest, but what happened to in the middle is cooling down the track, gonna be more faster than you. So that's gonna be exciting and entertaining to see. So after that, 2 more races. Detroit hard, and Watkins Glen. But now our focus is Indy 500 next week and qualifying. Sorry, and good luck for everyone to that race. So let's get prepared for that.
Yeah, if you finished, you won today. Caleb Benzie leads the points, 175 to 169 over Ethan Stanley. Tyler Fody is third with 153. Pinheiro fourth with 141, and Jordan Owens fifth with 135. Hunter Smith is sixth. Chad Frankenfeld, Sora, and Spath all tied at seventh. And Indica Scarlett cracks into the top 10 with 113 points. To round out the top 10 is now your rookie points leader. So congratulations to Indica. Well, that's going to do it here for us tonight here at Laguna Seca for the Oliver & Company Grand Prix of Monterey, where the podium tonight is Ethan Stanley with the win, Caleb Benzie with another podium, and Adrian Pinheiro recovering from a rough start, getting third and looking good at the points now heading into Indianapolis. Join ERN again next week as we set the field for the 13th running of the Rebelist Photography Indianapolis 500. Who will sit in the pole and who will just squeak into the field? Find out next week as we got close to 60 drivers who will vie for a spot in the fastest 33. There's going to be a lot of people going home that's not going to be happy Coverage begins around 7:45 p.m. Eastern. Again, at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. And you can find everything right here at YouTube, youtube.com. Just keyword search, Elite Racing Network. Now, as you know, the YouTube algorithm game is not easy, so please help support ERN with a weekly grind. Leave a comment below and let us know your thought on tonight's race. If you enjoyed tonight's coverage, support us by smashing like in the video. If you're new, click subscribe. While you're at it, hit the bell for weekly reminders to not miss more of ERN's other iRacing programming. Tonight's race sponsored by the Oliver & Company, LLC. They are a local heavy-duty truck and trailer repair company located in Ellisville, Indiana. From its humble beginnings in 71 as Stan's Truck Stop to renaming the business in 2014, Oliver & Company is a family-owned and operated business specializing in all aspects of Class 8 diesel truck repair. Oliver & Company proudly serves its community with great services at a fair price. To find out more, give them a call at 812-876-4609. Elite Racing League's IndyCar Series naming rights are paid for by the Warriors for Peace. Warriors for Peace is a foundation promoting peaceful change in the world that honors the beautiful life of Jack Shockley. Check out warriorsforpeace.org for more information. The links are in the description. Special thank you to the ERL's premier sponsors, Blue Egg Marketing, the winners of today's race, Worldwide Technology Raceway, and 4D Racewear. Don't spin your wheels. Accelerate success with Blue Egg, fueling small businesses to win big. To learn more about Blue Egg, go to their blueeggmarketing.com website or click on the link in the stream description. They are the winners of today's Oliver & Company Grand Prix of Monterey. Worldwide Technology Raceway is a proud sponsor, and they are a motorsports facility in Madison, Illinois, just east of St. Louis, Missouri. To learn more about Worldwide Technology Raceway, to buy tickets for one of their premier events, check out www.raceway.com or click on their link in the description. And, of course, the guys at 4D Racewear. Check out their line of battle-tested, made-for-sim racing gloves, shoes, and apparel. Visit them today at 4dracewear.com or click on the link in the description. Track cams for this race are provided by Whiplash Sim Cams. Get the most out of your iRacing experience with Whiplash Sim Cams. Whiplash is the exclusive track cam provider of the ERN and sponsor of the White Flag Lap. To learn more about Whiplash, like them on Facebook, follow them on X and Instagram. Keyword search Whiplash Sim Cams. Again, links are in the description. For business inquiries to learn more about the Elite Racing League and what we do, visit EliteRacingLeague.com, subscribe on YouTube, like us on Facebook, and follow us on X. And as always, we're on Instagram as well. And you know what? Links are all in the description. Just click on them. So for LGN, everyone here at the ERN, I'm Gary Godsoe saying to all, good night and thanks for watching. And to all of our men and women serving in the military and as first responders, Godspeed, God bless, and come home safe. Catch us again next week as Indy as we set the field for the 13th running of the ERL Indy 500. Till then, good night. Thanks for watching.